Whatever, whether you are an authorized partner, especially in single, whether you are authorized partner
फोन भी लिया ना मैंने। अरे यार, just left 100 rupees और इसमें से 100 रुपये Hello.
Yes, ma'am, we are getting your voice.
Hello. Shall I start, sir?
Yes, ma'am, आवाज येतोय.
येतोय. Hello. Shall I start, sir?
Yes, ma'am, you can.
Okay. Good afternoon, all of you. On behalf of our PVG College of Engineering, Nashik, and Library Department, Nashik, myself, Mrs. Vaishali Patil, librarian, welcome to you all on the occasion of Vachan Prerna Din on 15th October, the memory of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam birth anniversary. We are celebrating national level webinar on effective and efficient writing of research paper for Web of Science, Scopus Index, journal and conference paper using Typeset Research Studio. So on this occasion, I welcome today's guest, Mr. Jishan Ahmad, and then I welcome to our Vice Principal, Honorable Professor M.B. Bhalerao sir, and the coordinator of today's webinar, Mr. Anand Jirge sir, Mr. Mahesh Wagh sir, and Sunil Pawar sir. I also welcome to all participants and faculty members who joined the webinar. So again, I welcome to all. Thank you. Now I request our Vice Principal sir, Professor M.V. Bhalerao sir, to say some few words.
Good afternoon, one and
Over.
all. On behalf of Pune Vidyarthigras College of Engineering, Nashik, uh, it's a great pleasure to welcome you all on this session. Actually, Pune Vidyarthigras having a big history related to the publication. In 1978, Pune Vidyarthigras already started their own printing and technology department. They are very much fortunate to had tie-up with the different publishing industries. And today, uh, on the such occasion, means library Prerna Din, on that particular day, we are having this opportunity to just share the views with you all. I'm thankful to the organizers. They have just given opportunity to just tie up with them and to organize such a good event. So I'm thankful to team, and I will just not going to take much more time because already we have started late. So I request librarian madam to just proceed forward.
Thank you, sir. Now I request to today's guest, Jishan Ahmad sir. You can proceed, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Vaishali, and also Bhalerao sir for giving an introduction about me. It's a pleasure to be here at the institute, and also to I also thank the institute for giving us an opportunity to do this webinar about the research article writing. So we will straight away start ahead with the kind of an online demonstration. And during the course of the demonstration, so if any participants have any questions, you have been enabled the question and answers tab. So you can put in the chat box and put in all your questions. So at the end of the session, we will go by all of the questions that you have, and then we'll be able to answer that one by one. So just give me one moment. I'm just sharing my screen and we can start with the presentation. So I think Vaishali ma'am, are you able to look at my screen? Mahesh, can you see my screen?
I'm able to see your screen. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Sure. Yeah. So one of the most so depending on the topic of the webinar, that how do you write your research article effectively and efficiently using Typeset Research Studio. Before we go ahead and look into how Typeset works and how Typeset exactly helps the researchers, it's really important for us to understand what are some of the problems that are faced by researchers today. So Typeset has been in the industry, in the research industry since the past 6 years, and we have done a number of surveys and we've done a number of research on some of the most common problems that are faced by researchers across the globe today. Now, under some of the most common problems, the first problem that a researcher faces is in terms of formatting, the research article. You might be from a chemical domain, or you might be from a physics domain, or you might be from computer science, or you might be from any domain where you would want to try and do a research. Now, once you have decided that I'll be doing a research, the next step and once you have completed the research article, the next step is to get it published. Now, when you would wish to get the article published in any of the journal, one of the most important aspect is how do you format your research article according to their journal guidelines. Now, that is where formatting plays a very big role. Now, if you go on Google and if you just do a very simple search, such as Elsevier author guidelines, or let's do Springer author guidelines, right? So every journal has a different guideline that they follow. Now, this is one of the guideline PDF that is available online. So anybody who's a part of the webinar can just go ahead and Google this, right? So this is the guidelines of a particular journal. Imagine that you would want to write a research article for a journal from Springer, or if you want to write a research article from a journal from Elsevier, this is actually the guideline. So once you have written the research article, you have to actually format your research article into this particular guideline. Now, the reason why this is important is because a journal will only accept your paper if your journal is according to their guidelines. And that is one of the most common problems today, because the reason is you have to look at each of these guidelines and you have to understand each of these guidelines and then write your research article according to these guidelines. And the next step is which are some of the most common tools that are used by researchers across the globe today. Now, if you ask me, some of the most common tools that are used by the researchers across the globe are LaTeX. We have MS Word, we have Overleaf, there might be a number of other tools such as Mendeley, Zotero, Paperpile. There are a lot of tools that do half-hearted jobs, like Mendeley, Zotero, EndNote take care of all the reference formatting and reference bibliographic styling and all that. Now, to write a research article, you need to learn LaTeX, right? Now, imagine that if you're from a different department, such as a chemistry department, or such as a chemistry department or a physics department, you need to actually learn LaTeX just to write your research article. Now, if you just go ahead and Google LaTeX code, you can see that just to write a particular title of a research article, you need to write at least 15 to 20 lines of code. Now, this is a LaTeX code example of how do you actually write just a title of a particular research article. If you write this number of code, this is how your particular the title of your research article would look like. So we believe that just to write a research article, you actually need to learn LaTeX, and you need to, even after you write a code, you actually need to type in all the content of your research article here. Now, this is where we believe that LaTeX has a very huge learning curve. Now, going back to the presentation, now you might be aware that when you're writing a research article, there are multiple things that you actually need to do, such as multiple different elements that you need to do in a particular research article, such as citing a reference or formatting a particular research article and building your research. Now, what I mean by building a research is, you might not be aware that in every research article, the abstract has to actually come first, and after that introduction, and after that it has to be results and all that. So Typeset actually helps in terms of building your research as well, because we help you with the outline of what you should be writing and what should you be writing after what. Now, that is where Typeset actually plays a very important role. Now, collaboration with co-authors. This is one of the most common problems that is faced by authors across the globe today, because most of the collaboration happens offline. And what I mean by offline is they sit together. So multiple co-authors might sit at a place, and then they would look at all the different elements of the research article, and then they would collaborate that what is right, what is wrong, what should be changed, or what could be modified. Now, and if you wish to do that online, the only tool that is available today is probably Google Docs, where you would be able to collaborate online, where you put in your comments, and then somebody would come and probably correct those comments and just accept those comments. So we believe that there is no current powerful tool in terms of a research article that makes collaboration easier in terms of collaborating with your PhD guides, or in terms of collaborating with your co-authors. So Typeset does have a very strong collaboration feature where multiple co-authors can actually collaborate and work on a single document. Now, this is one of the important aspect where getting your document independently reviewed. So you might be writing a thesis, PhD thesis, or you might be writing a research article, which needs to be reviewed by your guide or which needs to be reviewed by your senior or somebody else. So in such case, what you do, you would send them an email. They would probably, they would not have time or something like that. They would probably, make you wait for a very longer time. So getting your documents independently reviewed on Typeset is a very easier task. Now, how Typeset can bridge this gap? So, what is a Typeset? Basically, Typeset is an authoring platform built for research. So, you can consider that this software has been specifically built for helping researchers write the research articles in a much better and a faster way. As I was mentioning to you, we have built the software to eliminate the formatting needs. What we have done is we have converted all of these guidelines that you're looking at into different templates. So if you wish to write for Elsevier Journal, what you do is you just go ahead and pick a particular template, upload your research article that you've written on a docx format or an MS Word, and then the software will automatically format that according to the journal guidelines. Now, we have more than 50,000 plus Scopus and Web of Science index journals available on the platform. So ranging from humanities and social science, if you wish to write for any of the subject area in the templates gallery, you can just go ahead and put a keyword, or you can just go ahead and put any of the keyword, and the software will be able to automatically suggest you a journal from that particular subject area. Now, how does it work? Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm just directly going to jump ahead on the live demonstration. So basically, Typeset is a clutter-free editor. You do not need to do any sort of a coding. It is exactly like MS Word, but it has been specifically built for research writing. And as I was mentioning to you, you can easily add the references, equations, figures, and tables. And one of the major USP is it helps you in auto formatting your manuscript according to journal guidelines. And once you have formatted that particular research article, you can directly download the submission ready documents. That is a submission ready research paper in multiple formats such as PDF, MS Word, and LaTeX format. So these are some of the major formats that a journal would accept. So we offer all of these formats. And then by any chance, if your research article gets rejected by the first journal that you're trying to write, imagine that you had written a research article for Elsevier, then you can directly switch that from Elsevier to Springer within just a few clicks, which is actually the USP of Typeset software. Now we will directly jump on the live demonstration. So we have a website called typeset.io. You can actually, all the participants who are a part of the webinar today can just go ahead and sign up, can go ahead and have a look at the software. We have a free trial account that is created for up to about 1,000 words. So you can go ahead and click on sign up and create an account for yourself. Now, ideally, we would recommend to go for an institutional subscription because that will help you in terms of customizing the templates. By any chance, if you want to build your own thesis template, or if you want to build a PhD template of your own institute, we'll be able to do that under an institutional subscription. Now, once you create an account, you'll be able to log in, and this is how your dashboard would look like. The moment you log into the software, you will actually land on the dashboard, and this is how the dashboard would look like. So you have all the documents that you have been working on. You have all the recent documents and the documents that you have worked on. And if there is any document that a co-author has shared with you, those will appear here. You can just go ahead and star mark a particular article and just make it a favorite. Or if you have deleted any document, those documents will be showing up here in the trash bin. Now, the first step actually starts by going to the templates gallery. You can come in here and you can type in any of the keywords that you have. Let's start with probably IoT. Right now, you have under IoT, you have like multiple journals, right? Internet of Things. So you have journals from allied academics publication. You have from scholarly talk conferences, anything. Now, if you type in as nanotechnology, you can see under nanotechnology, you have many other journals ranging from Springer to IOP to Omics, from Page Press publications and all that. Let's say we will probably select this particular template. Let's probably go for a 2-column template. Now we are selecting a Springer template. This is also a single column. Just to make this much more interesting, we'll probably search for a 2-column template. So you can see, like, we have from Bentham Science, we have multiple, you can see that this is how the Bentham Science submission format should actually look like. Now, once you've selected this journal that is from pharmaceutical nanotechnology from Bentham Science, you have something called as use template with. You come here and you put my MS Word file. And then the research article that you have written can be uploaded here. Should be uploaded here. Now I have a document called as demo document, which I am searching for. Now you have the document here and I click on open. The moment I click on open, so what happens is the system, so we have built an artificial intelligence system which will actually analyze the schematics of the document that you're uploading, and then it will actually import all the content of your document onto the typeset editor. So there is a 4 simple step process. So we have something called as a human in the loop process. So here you actually need to help the software identify a few different elements on the article. Now, as you can see that the pop-up is mentioning to you that get your output to pharmaceutical nanotechnology guidelines in 4 simple steps. You click on let's go, and at the same time, the pop-up will tell you to select the title. You select the title first, then you click save and continue. Then the pop-up is telling you to select the authors and affiliations. You can see that choose all the boxes that contain authors and affiliations, include emails and addresses. You click on this. These are my authors and affiliations. I'm selecting all of them. I click save and continue. Now the pop-up is telling me to select the abstract. Choose all the boxes that contain your article's abstract. Right. So you select this particular as an abstract. You click save and continue. Then going back to the references, you click on the first one and then you scroll at the bottom and then just select the last one. So if there's any erroneous information, such as if you've entered a wrong page number or if you've entered the wrong name of the author or anything like that, so the software has the capability to automatically correct it because we're integrated with Crossref. Now, once you select the references, you click save and continue. And after you have done this process, you click preview formatted document. Now, once you click on preview formatted document, you will see that the software will actually convert this particular research article into the submission guidelines of Pharmaceutical Nanotechnology Journal by Bentham Science. So it will take about 30 to 60 seconds for the conversion. So this is a cloud-based software. You will be able to access it from any part of the world. You just need a stable internet connection. So all of the data that gets imported on Typeset is 100% encrypted, and nobody apart from you will be able to access this data because we use some of the best state-of-the-art technology in terms of encrypting all the data. So you might be aware of some of the technological security measures that are used by some of the top MNC banks such as Ernst & Young and JP Morgan and all of those companies use. We use the same kind of a technology that is used to store your data of the research article. Yeah, now you can see that this article that I had uploaded, which was into this format, has been converted into a 2-column document. You can see that the document that I uploaded did not have any sort of like this logo here, or it did not have any page number that I uploaded. The page number gets added automatically. The name of the author actually starts showing up at the header. And you can see the image formatting happens automatically. The table formatting happens automatically. The tables that we uploaded were looking something like this, but now you can see this is how the table is looking like, which is actually the format of the journal. Now, and also when I uploaded this research article, you can see that the name of the authors were actually at the end of the reference. You can see here, but now you can see that the name of the author is actually corrected and it is appearing at the beginning of the references. So this is how the software has the capability to automatically convert your research article into any journal format. Now you can see that these references have been automatically formatted. Now, if you wish to go ahead and make any edits to this particular research article, you can click on edit on Typeset. And the moment you click on edit on Typeset, you will actually land on the software. So this is how the editor looks like. So now what you're looking at on the software is basically you have three different panels. One is a panel that you're looking at your left-hand side, and the other panel that you're looking at the right-hand side. And at the center is basically an editor. So towards your right hand side, basically this is a preview panel. So whatever changes that you make on this editor, those changes would start appearing up here in the preview panel. Now towards your left screen, you can see that there is an outline, and under authors, you have all the author data that is showing up here. This data has been picked up from the article that you have uploaded, right? And towards in the next column, you have the metadata where you can add all the keywords, and the keywords will automatically get picked up by the software. Now you can see here, the keywords has already been picked up, but there is an extra copy of the keyword that has been copied by the software. So in such case, you just go ahead and delete that. And now once you have made an update to this particular article, you just need to do a refresh here. The moment you do a refresh, you can see that the content that is appearing here would actually get deleted from the document, and you can see now how this is how the preview panel looks like. You can see all of the data from the document has been picked up, and you can see the legends of the figure, the legends of the table have automatically been picked up. Now, but the description of the legend is actually will always be at the bottom of the figure. So you need to cut it and you need to paste it in the right space. I'm cutting this particular data and then I'm just deleting it here. I'm adding it here. Then you just go ahead and delete this extra table. Now under figures, you have multiple options that you can have a look at it. Now you can see that there was no caption here, which was appearing after figure 1. Now, since we added that into the right space, you do a refresh. And that the caption of the figure would actually start appearing in the right space, you can see here. Now, but since this is a 2-column document, the images have completely taken the entire page. Now, if you wish to do this change on LaTeX or on MS Word, it would take easily about more than 5 minutes just to get this corrected. But in our case, you just go ahead, click on these 3 dots and choose the width from full width to column fit, right? Similarly, we do this for this particular image as well. And once we have done this column fit, you do a refresh. Now you will see that the image that was actually on a complete page would actually get converted into a column fit image. Yeah. Now you can see that both of these images have been set into a particular column. Now, when you go back to the tables will automatically get aligned according to the tables. But now you have a third column that is actually showing up at the bottom. Now, in such case, what you can do is you can just go ahead and click on the 3 columns and then make it a column fit table, and then do refresh. In such case, it will just go ahead and get set it into any sort of a column. So like this, you can go ahead and do this for figures, tables, equations, or anything that you have. Now, some of the journals makes it mandatory that you actually need to cite a particular reference on the whenever you have added a particular reference, you have to actually go ahead and add that particular reference. You have to go ahead and particularly cite that particular reference into the research article. Right? Now, what we are doing right now, as I was mentioning to you, most of the citations and most of the reference formatting today is done by softwares like Evernote, or it can be done via Paperpile or Zotero or different EndNote or different softwares like that. So, but what we have done is we have built a very powerful citation feature on the software. So, by any chance, if you want to cite this particular reference here, you go ahead and put the cursor, and then from the cite option, you select on references. And these references would show up here. So you need to search this name of the reference by the name Kobayashi. You search on Koba, and then you can see there's a reference showing up here. You click on this, and this reference gets cited as number 1. So the software has the ability to automatically understand that this is the style that the journal follows. So if we change the template to a different journal, you will see that in certain cases, the reference would start up showing as author, year. So the software has the ability to automatically do that as well. So you click on cite, then again reference, then you search for you. And this is a reference, and this gets cited. So like this, and then you delete the old reference. So like this, you can go ahead and cite a reference. So now if you wish to go ahead and cite a figure or a table, you can even go ahead and do that. Now if you wish to cite a figure here, you click on figure, you click on cite, and then you click on figure. And from this figure, you choose whichever figure that you want to cite. Let's say if you want to cite this figure 1, I'm clicking on figure 1, and this starts showing up here. Similarly, for a table 1, you click here and then you cite a table and you click on table 1. So this is the only manual process that you need to do in terms of citing the figures and the tables. Now, if there is any equation in the document, the equation will automatically get imported onto the content. But by any chance, if you wish to add an equation directly on typeset, you can move the cursor wherever you want to add an equation. And from the insert option, you have an option to insert a table, figure, a code snippet, an equation. So now let's select an inline equation, and you will see that there is a visual editor that would actually open up here on the software. You can go ahead and choose any of the mathematical functions that you have here. Right? Like we have entire mathematical functions. We also have chemical elements that will show up here. You can choose any of the chemical element. You can put in any number that you want. Now, by any chance, if you have an equation written in LaTeX, like you can probably copy a LaTeX equation, a LaTeX code, and then just directly copy paste that here. Now you can see this equation is showing up here. But by any chance, if you want to add it via LaTeX code, you can go ahead and click on insert. Then again, add a let's add a standalone equation. I click on insert, and from the equation I click on standalone, and I had a few equations for which I had generated a LaTeX code. I'm just downloading, I'm just copy pasting this LaTeX code. I've copied this LaTeX code. You click on LaTeX here, and then you add it here, and you can see that the equation automatically gets generated. And then when you click on this wrong mark, you can see that the equation starts showing up here. Once you have made all of these changes, you can click on refresh, and all of the equations would actually start showing up here on the platform, on the software, on the document towards your right hand screen. You can see right now the equation is showing up here, and the other equation that we added is actually showing up here. So like this, you can go ahead and straight away add a particular equation as well. Now, if you want to add a code snippet, similarly, you go ahead and add insert and add a code snippet. From here, you can add like include stdio.h like this. You can just go ahead and add any code that you want to like this. Just add the code snippet as programming for hello world. Like this. Now, once I've added all of this, you just do a refresh, and this would start showing up here on in the document towards the preview panel. Now, once you have added all of this, right, now you have an option to go ahead and choose you can see that my references start showing up here, which are according to the guidelines of the journal. Once you know that my article is ready, you just go ahead and click on file, and then you click on save as, and then you download the PDF. So while downloading the PDF, we also give you an option to download the uncited reference. Now, what we mean by uncited reference is this journal makes it mandatory that the references that are not cited, you can see we only cited 1 and 2 reference. That is the reason only 2 references are showing up. But we also give you a bypass in which you can click on PDF and include uncited reference, and then just download the research article. Now, when you download, you will see that all of the references would actually start showing up on the PDF. You can click on open, and this is the document that you're looking at. You can see this is how the formatting happens. The article that we uploaded has been converted into a research article that you have written for a pharmaceutical nanotechnology from Bentham Science. So this is how you can upload a research article and convert that into any of the journal article that you have. Like we have different options as well here towards the bibliographic style. So right now you can see it follows a pharmaceutical nanotechnology style. But if you wish to change it to a different style, you can click on show other journal bibliography styles, and you can choose, like we have about 22,000 plus journal styles. So you can click on any of the journals. So like, let's say if you want APA, you can see that the APA style would start showing up here. Right? Let's say if you want AMA, you come here, then you click on AMA, and then you will have an AMA style. You can see. Now, if you want to have Harvard, you'll have a Harvard style that will start showing up here. Like this, you can just go ahead and change any of the bibliography style. Now under layout, so you can see that we also give you an option to move all the tables and figures at the bottom. So you can see that the tables and the figures are actually at the places where you have actually added them. But if you wish to move them to any of the bottom, if you wish to move the table at the bottom or the figures at the bottom, or probably both at the bottom, you can just go ahead and click on these options under layout and you can choose anything that you want to. But now let's say if you want to move them, if you want to both at the bottom, you select this and then you do a refresh. Now you will see that these images and the tables that are actually showing up here will actually move at the end of the document. Yeah, now you can see that there is no image or table in the document and all of that has been moved to the end of the document. Like this. But by default, we always recommend to use the default style because it is according to the journal guideline. So you all of the other settings such as the page size, the font, spacing, and numbered or unnumbered has automatically been set by the template. So do not need to do any changes here. So if you want to add a table of contents, you can just go ahead and enable this, and the software will automatically add the table of contents. Now you can see that the table of content is being added. Now after I do a refresh, the table of content is actually showing up here. Now after you make those changes, you again click on File, then Save As, and select the PDF and download it. So now you can see my PDF has been downloaded. Now when I'm opening it, you will see that the PDF would actually have the table of contents. So this is how you can actually use the software and automatically format your research articles into different journal submission guidelines. Now, by any chance, this Bentham Science, the journal, the pharmaceutical nanotechnology comes back to you stating that unfortunately we will not be able to publish your document. So in such case, most of the researchers or the faculty or any of the PhD people would actually get disheartened and they would again need to go ahead and spend some time searching for a different journal and probably selecting a journal and understanding the submission guidelines. So in such cases, the software, the Typeset actually plays a huge role. So in such case, what you need to do is you just need to go ahead and click on this inverted arrow. You click on this and then you change the template. Now, when you click on change template, it will actually go back to the templates gallery. Now, since you are writing a research article under nanotechnology, let's go ahead and again search for nanotechnology. So under nanotechnology, we have many other journals that you can write a research article for. So initially we wrote it for Bentham Science. Now you have something called as the journal Nanotechnology Reviews by De Gruyter. You click on view and now you will see that this is how their research format, their research article, their submission guidelines should look like. Now you just click on use this format. And now the software would automatically convert your research article into the formatted, into the new journal style that you've chosen. So it takes about another 30 to 60 seconds. Now you can see we are converting this into nanotechnology review. Once you have changed the template, you again do a refresh. And now you'll actually see that the research article would get converted according to the nanotechnology reviews. Yeah. So this is how the research article is looking like. And once you have completely know that, I mean, since you've already done most of the work where, you have completely cited the research article, you have added the figure number and everything, you just change the template, you click on File, then you click on Save As, and you download the PDF, and you'll see that the PDF that I'm downloading now will be according to the guidelines of Nanotechnology Reviews Journal. So this is the document that I've downloaded. I'm clicking on Open. And now this is how the document looks like. So if you click on any one of these references, it will take you at the bottom. You can see that there is a difference in the reference style as well. So here under 7, you can see the DOIs and everything was showing up. But here under this style, the styling of the reference is completely different. So this is how the software has the capability to automatically understand a guideline of a journal and convert your research article into any of the style that you wish for. Now, if you wish to convert this research article into a thesis template, so we have many other thesis formats that are available on the platform today. So we have under universities, we have Massachusetts Institute of Technology, ETH Zurich, Stanford, UCB, a few university from Malaysia. We have from Anna University, Crescent Institute of Technology, and K Society's Rajaram Bapu Institute of Technology. And we also have from Mumbai University as well, like National Institute of Industrial Engineering, NIT Rourkela, University of Mumbai. So I think most of the thesis that is written by the institute might be for University of Mumbai. So you click on view format and you will see this is how the thesis template should look like for University of Mumbai. Once you've chosen it, you click on use this format and the software will automatically convert this into the thesis template of Mumbai University. Once you have changed the template, you just need to do a refresh here. Do a refresh. It will take about 30 to 60 seconds. And now you can see that this research article, the same research article has been converted into a thesis template of Mumbai University. So you can directly download, get it signed by your guide, and then just go ahead and straight away submit it. So this is how the software takes care of formatting your research article from one journal to the other journal, and from a journal from a journal publication to a thesis publication as well. So you click on this and then you click on open, and now this is how the thesis format looks like. You can see. Yeah, and now you can see this is how the thesis template looks like. Now, by any chance, since most of the participants in the institute do a lot of conferences, we also have multiple conference templates. So if you're writing a research article for IEEE conference, you type in as IEEE conference, and you should be able to find multiple journals. Like you can see, there are multiple templates that we have, like IEEE Aerospace Conference. You click on view, and this is how their template looks like. You can click on use this format, and the same document would actually get converted into a conference template of IEEE. Yeah, so now you can see right now what is happening is the software is converting this research article into a conference template of IEEE. So you can directly, once you have changed the template, you click on file, and then you click on save as the PDF, and then download it. So we also have inbuilt options for multiple things that you can actually do. It's like, for an example, if you want to do a plagiarism check, you can directly do it on the software itself. So towards your left screen, you can see there is something called the request a plagiarism check. You can click on this, and now you can see plagiarism check in progress. Now this pop-up tells you to please wait up to 5 minutes for the report. So the email address that you use for registration, you will actually receive a file on your email address, which will look something similar to this. So the email would actually have a file that has all the different color coding, and which highlights the citation score. Like, for an example, you can see that the document that you will receive will actually have different color coding, where the software feels that this is where the document is actually plagiarized. So you can come here and you can directly make those changes directly on the platform. This is how you can use the plagiarism check feature. And now you can see that this is how the conference template is. The same document has been converted into IEEE conference template. Now we have multiple other options as well. So you can directly go ahead and share here. You can put in any, if you wish to collaborate directly with your guide on the document, you can invite any of the author. You can click on invite. Now the user would actually get added here, but you will always have an option to give them different access. Whether do you want to give them, edit access, or whether do you want to give them suggest access or view access. So I'm giving them suggest access, and they will actually receive an email. And when they will, if they have an account, and when they will click on the link, they will actually land on a view which would look similar to this. So whatever they would write would actually turn into green. You can see on the screen that whatever they write will turn into green. And by any chance, if your guide suggests you to just go ahead and delete this content, so it will look something like this. Since you are the author, since you are the owner of the document, when you log in back, you will have an option to either accept it or to delete it. When you do a right click, you can either go ahead and accept that or delete it. Now, if I accept it, this content gets deleted like this. Now, if I go ahead and accept for this, the color will actually change from green to black. You can see like that. And once you have made those changes, you again do a refresh, and these changes will directly get uploaded, will start showing up here on the preview panel. So this is how you can directly go ahead and use the Typeset software. Now, by any chance, if you want if you need an help of an editing expert, you can click on this particular document, and you will have an access to a kind of a bot, or you will be provided with a service portal where you can go ahead and request for an editing service. So we integrate with a third party. We have a partner who actually helps us in terms of English editing, or if you need any sort of substantiation editing, you can probably just go ahead and click on this file, and from here you can hire an editing expert. So the pricing depends on the number of words that are there in your document. So you'll have an access to this particular chatbot, where one of the user or one of the customer support executives will be able to help you in terms of starting up this project. So by any chance, if you want to submit to a journal as well, we also have different service which actually helps you in terms of journal submission. So you have formatted the research article on Typeset, but you do not have the time to submit. So in such cases, you can go ahead and probably click on this and choose any one of this option that you want to do. You can either hire an editing expert who can help you in terms of copy editing or substantial editing, or if you want somebody, a professional, to do a submission for you, you can just go ahead and click on this, and there will be one of the customer support executive who will actually help you do that. So as you can see, so Typeset software does not only help you in terms of formatting your research article, as I was mentioning to you, that on the templates gallery, you can find more than 55,000 journal templates. So as you might be aware that under nanotechnology, we have about 300 plus journal. So similar to that, if you want to probably search for any of the keywords, you can probably go ahead and do that. So what we are currently doing is we're not only helping in terms of formatting a research article, but we're also helping in terms of journal discovery. So you can go ahead and type in as, let's say, if you type in as physics, you will see that will have more than about 500 plus journals. So under physics, you will see that we have about 700 plus journals. So like this, what we are doing is you can write for this journal, or you can write for all of these journals if you wish to. So we are not only helping you in terms of formatting a research article, but we're also helping you in terms of journal discovery. But we're also helping you in terms of, increasing your chances of your paper being published in any one of the journals. So this is about how you can use the Typeset software and complete your research article. So now we will probably stop the demonstration here and look at all the questions that we have. So Sarika Pandarkar actually has a question that which software you have mentioned here. The name of the software is Typeset. You can visit the website typeset.io. Pandit Patil, is there any charges for this Typeset software? Yes, so we have like different subscriptions. You can go on an institutional subscription, or you can go for a individual subscription. So if you wish for an individual subscriptions, you can go ahead and have a look at the pricing information on the website. But we recommend you to go for an institutional subscription because that will help you in terms of customizing the templates and building your own thesis templates. So if any of the other participants have any questions, feel free to add them into the chat panel. We'll be happy to answer them for you. Kaustubh Bhandarkar, for the pricing information, I would recommend you to probably go ahead and check with Mr. Mahesh from Nexus Subscription Company. He would be the right person in terms of helping helping you with the different pricing options. Ashlesha, I would request you to probably put in the details of Mr. Mahesh on the chat box so that people can get in touch with you. So you can see that Mr. Mahesh has shared the contact number. So we also have a Telegram group that where we actually put in, the information about any new upcoming webinars related to research or related to research article writing and all of that. So you can, Mahesh, I'd also request you to put in the Telegram link so that people can join in. And if you're doing any of the webinars in the future, we'll be happy to, let you guys know. And the approximate price range, it ranges anywhere between, $3,000 to $5,000. So sorry, 3,000 to 5,000 rupees per license. So if you're going for an institutional subscription, we have a different pricing model. So Mr. Mahesh is the right person to help you with it. And also in terms of the participation certificate, you have been shared a feedback link, so you can go ahead and put in your feedback on the link, and the software will and the participation certificate will get auto generated. Yeah. So if any other participants have any other questions, they can put in the chat box, or probably we can go ahead and wind up the session.
We have just shared the feedback link. Please fill up the feedback link, then certificate will get auto generated.
Yeah, I mean,
if you didn't get the certificate, please contact us.
Kaustubh Bhandarkar, the software does not do any sort of statistical calculation. The software only does the work of formatting. The statistical calculation or mathematical calculation and everything has to be taken care by the author itself. Mahendra Jagtap, one moment. Yeah, Mahendra Jagtap, how can I use typeset.io and where? You can visit the website typeset.io and you can sign up for a free trial. And if you like it, you can probably go for a premium subscription. So this is our website, typeset.io. You can probably go ahead and have a look at it there. Pandit Patel, how to connect with Telegram group? I think Mr. Mahesh can help you in terms of joining the Telegram group. Mahesh, it would be great if you can put in the group's link.
Yeah, I'm just sharing the link right now. Okay.
Sure. Or Mr. Pandit Patel, you can get in touch with Mahesh. Pallavi Sapkale, this software can be used by anybody, and all of the data that you have will actually be encrypted. So we have users from all of the premium institutions such as IITs, IIMs, Stanford, Harvard, who are actually using our software in terms of formatting the research articles. So Pallavi Sapkale, you can also go ahead and have a visit our website, and we have a detailed page mentioning about the data privacy and data security practices that we follow. So you can have a look at it before signing up to the platform. So rest being assured, all of the data that you would actually put in is 100% encrypted and will not be able to be, and nobody apart from the user who has an account will be able to access the document. Sure, Mahesh, I think, yeah, I mean, Pallavi Sapkale, I think absolutely. So since you're doing a PhD and writing a research paper, Typeset is a pretty good choice for you. So I would recommend you to go ahead and sign up for the platform and for a free trial. And if you like the platform, you can probably upgrade yourself. Kaustubh Bhandarkar, so the session that we had, this was more like a webinar. So in the training session, you will have much more detailed, you know, presentation. So whenever we conduct any training sessions, we'll be posting that into the Telegram group, and you can probably join the Telegram group. Whenever there is a training session, you can be a part of it. And also, whenever if the institute subscribes to the platform, we'll be able to conduct the training session. We'll come down to the institute and we'll be able to give you a training session on that. Sure, Mahesh. So I think we're at the end of the questions, so we'll probably wind up. I mean, so anybody who actually fills in the feedback form will be receiving the participation certificate as well.
Yeah, Vaishali ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just give a feedback and wind up this session.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Ma'am, your voice is
Jishan
not
Ahmad,
getting,
sir.
ma'am.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jishan Ahmad, sir. Now, audible, sir?
No, ma'am, your voice is actually a little low. Could you please increase the volume or probably speak a bit louder?
Hello? Hello?
हाँ मॅम आवाज येत नाहीये.
Hello?
हा आता येतोय आता येतोय.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Jishan Ahmad, sir, for this wonderful and very informative section regarding research paper writing. It is really helpful to us. Thank you so much, sir. On behalf of College of Engineering, Nashik and Library Department. So now I request Mr. Divrakti Rawat for vote of thanks.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much to all the speaker and organizer of today's webinar. First of all, I express my sincere gratitude to today's guest, Mr. Jian sir, for the inspirable thought on how to present and publish the research paper in reputed journal and conferences. Next, I would like to thank Mr. Anand Jirge sir for coordinating the webinar. Next, I am sir and Sunil Pawar sir, Vaishali ma'am for organizing this webinar. I am very much thankful to Honorable Director and Chairman Pune Vidyarthi Grah S.N. Gunjal sir, our respected Principal Dr. A.R. Rasne sir, Vice Principal Professor M.E. Bhalerao sir, and all the participation and faculty member for their active participation and supports in today's webinar. Thank you all. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. With the permission of the concerned authorities, I can conclude the program here. Thank you.
चला झालं. हॅलो.